Number 9. Facebook's algorithm. This one is not a chemical or material, but it is just as toxic. When scientists built algorithms to maximize engagement on social media, they thought they were creating clever tools to connect people. What they actually built was a digital slot machine for your brain. The algorithm rewards outrage, fear, and controversy because that is what keeps you scrolling. Psychologically, it exploits the same dopamine pathways as gambling. You refresh the feed, hoping for a hit of validation, and suddenly 3 hours of your life vanish. Worse, it divides societies, fuels misinformation, and leaves you addicted to arguments with strangers who cannot spell. Science discovered how to hijack attention, but instead of enlightenment, it gave us endless doom scrolling. Basically, it is brain candy that rots your social life. The algorithm is proof that not every discovery should be unleashed without a giant may cause chaos warning label. Number 8. Lead in everything. The Romans thought lead made wine taste better. Centuries later, we put it in paint, gasoline, pipes, and toys. Science gave us lead because it was useful, but forgot to mention it is a neurotoxin that literally lowers IQ. Children chewed on painted cribs, inhaled fumes from cars, and drank from contaminated water pipes. Entire generations suffered brain damage in the name of convenience. The psychology here is chilling. When something is cheap and effective, people do not ask questions. We trusted paint cans more than we trusted common sense. The discovery of lead's usefulness was supposed to make life easier. Instead, it quietly poisoned communities for decades. Even today, cities are still struggling with lead pipes. Science might wish it could take this one back, because nothing says progress like giving society a shiny coat of brain damage. Number 7. Asbestos Everywhere. Once upon a time, asbestos was the superstar of materials. Fireproof, cheap, and strong. Perfect, right? Builders stuffed it into homes, schools, and offices like it was fairy dust. Then science realized asbestos fibers lodge in your lungs and cause deadly diseases like mesothelioma. Oops. Imagine being told your house is basically lined with microscopic daggers. The psychology here is classic optimism bias. We see something that solves a problem fires, and we ignore potential downsides. For decades, asbestos was the miracle material. Only later did we learn that breathing it in is like inviting slow-motion death. And even now, asbestos is still around, hiding in old buildings, waiting for renovation crews to disturb it. Science wanted to protect people, but instead, it wrapped our walls in poison. It is like discovering a magical blanket that keeps you warm but also strangles you in your sleep. Number 8. The plastic problem. At first, plastic was a miracle. Lightweight, durable, and cheap. It was the answer to everything from packaging to medical equipment. Humanity cheered. Science patted itself on the back, and then we buried ourselves in it. Decades later, the planet is drowning in plastic waste. From oceans choked with floating bottles to microplastics showing up in human bloodstreams. Yes, congratulations. You are now part plastic. Psychologically, this is the trap of short-term thinking. We love convenience today and worry about the bill tomorrow. Plastic gave us fast food containers and bottled water, but it also created an environmental nightmare that nobody really knows how to fix. Recycling? That is basically wishful thinking, since only a fraction of plastic actually gets recycled. The rest just lingers, breaking into smaller pieces but never truly disappearing. Science might have meant well, but what it gave us was immortality in the worst possible form, garbage that outlives civilizations. Number 5. Cigarettes are safe. Here is a discovery that aged like spoiled milk. Scientists isolated nicotine, studied it, and thought it was interesting. Then the medical establishment somehow decided cigarettes were not only harmless, but maybe even good for you. Ads showed doctors cheerfully recommending their favorite brands. For decades, lighting up was sold as relaxing, stylish, even healthy. Millions believed it because science seemed to back it up. Only later did the truth crawl out: lung cancer, heart disease, strokes, all gift-wrapped in every pack. This fiasco reveals something important about psychology. People put blind trust in authority. If a doctor says smoke, you smoke. That misplaced faith cost millions of lives. The tobacco industry exploited the confusion, inventing light and filtered cigarettes, as if poison could come in diet versions. Science eventually corrected itself, but the damage was already done. It is a discovery medicine still regrets, and one that turned credibility into ash. Number 4. Artificial sweeteners. One man in a lab licked his finger and thought, "Wow, that is sweet." And just like that, artificial sweeteners were born. The idea was brilliant: sweet taste without sugar, dessert without guilt. Except your brain does not like being lied to. When fake sugar hits your tongue, your body gears up for calories that never arrive. It is like ordering a pizza, smelling it, and then the delivery guy never shows up. You end up hungrier, craving more food. Studies suggest this trick can actually lead to overeating, the exact opposite of what was intended. Humans adore shortcuts. We do not want to quit soda, so we slap diet on the label and pretend it is fine. But your metabolism is not fooled. The discovery that was supposed to save waistlines may have helped expand them instead. It is science's way of reminding us that nature cannot be conned for long. The cupcake always wins. Number 3. The atom bomb. Imagine unlocking the tiniest building block of the universe, the atom, and thinking, cool, now we understand everything. Instead, you accidentally invent the scariest weapon on Earth. Splitting the atom was supposed to be humanity's proudest scientific victory. What we got was mushroom clouds and the ability to wipe out civilization before lunch. Psychologically, this is the perfect mix of curiosity and hubris. We love knowledge, but we cannot resist turning it into something explosive. Sure, nuclear physics also gave us power plants and medical imaging, but it also gave us stockpiles of bombs sitting in bunkers, waiting for the wrong person to sneeze near a red button. The cruel irony is that a discovery meant to illuminate the universe ended up threatening its survival. Science probably wishes this one stayed buried, because instead of opening a door to understanding, we built a trap door to annihilation. Number 2. Immortality Juice. Picture this. You are a powerful emperor, desperate to cheat death, and someone hands you a shiny red potion promising eternal youth. You drink it. Instead of living forever, your insides melt. Congratulations, you just swallowed mercury. That is exactly what many ancient rulers did when chasing immortality. They believed mercury was magical, but in reality it was just heavy metal poisoning in a fancy cup. The psychology here is fascinating. Humans hate the idea of death so much that we will happily drink liquid metal if there is even a rumor it buys us more birthdays. Modern science discovered mercury's properties, and people ran wild with it, calling it medicine. The tragic twist is that mercury slowly kills your nervous system, rots your teeth, and guarantees a painful early death. Fast forward to today and we still play the same game. Swap mercury potions for anti-aging serums, miracle diets, and cryogenic freezers. We dress up the same desperation with sleeker branding. Science opened the box, but what spilled out was not eternal youth. It was a shiny shortcut to misery. If you really want to live longer, maybe just drink water and wear sunscreen. Number 1. Frankenstein Food. Here is the discovery that makes even scientists nervous. Genetic modification of crops started as a way to feed the world. Bigger harvests, pest resistance, longer shelf life. It sounded like a utopia in a field. But then came the backlash. People worried about Frankenstein food, imagining tomatoes glowing in the dark, and corn plotting world domination. Psychologically, this taps into a deep fear of tampering with nature. We trust apples to be apples, not science experiments. The irony is that genetically modified crops might actually be safer than the pesticides we used before. But the damage was done. The word GMO became a curse. Science thought it was solving hunger, but it accidentally triggered conspiracy theories, lawsuits, and dinner table debates that never end. The sad part? Many people reject life-saving innovations like vitamin-enriched rice because the branding feels spooky. This is the ultimate example of how discovery collides with human psychology. Instead of feeding everyone, it fed paranoia. Science may never fully recover its reputation on this one. That's all for today. I will be making more videos like this in the future. Make sure to subscribe so you do not miss out.